Friday, and welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show. I'm Anthony Coates, joined as always by my partner in crime, Shane Diefenbach.
Princess Diefenbach.
Princess? Oh, but I thought you said it wasn't a princess.
No, it's not a
wave.
Disney princess wave.
Oh, it's just a princess wave.
wave.
Real quick, where would you be the princess of?
What, well, let's not get political.
I didn't think that's what we were doing,
That's,
but
that's
just give me a place that you would like to be the princess of.
Angola.
That's not real.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is Angola real or is Angolia real?
You're thinking of a different country.
Am I?
Thinking of Mongolia. Angola is a real country.
But that's the place that you would be the princess of? Princess Steve?
Yeah, that or like somewhere remote like Sri Lanka.
Ooh, okay. I would be the princess of Taiwan.
Where's the...
Give me Slovenia.
now we're getting political.
No, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Give me Slovenia.
Where is the Taj
Slovenia?
Mahal?
Where
India?
is the Taj Mahal?
It's in India?
Yeah.
I'd be the princess of India.
Okay, the princess of
That's a
Now
lot. That's
we're
a lot of
getting
people.
political.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
Bob in the chat, go Sun Devils. That is right, Bob.
Taiwan.
Go Sun Devils.
Taiwan,
What?
you got to deal with a lot of things.
A lot of things?
Yeah.
And you don't have to deal with
You
those.
might not be a country anymore.
Okay, but I'm still the princess.
Yeah, for like a little bit until you get censored and
Okay.
all that.
Now we're
and
just
then
getting
the press
out.
comes and you're like, uh-oh.
Now it's crazy talk.
Here we go.
Now it's crazy talk. Let's talk college football.
Well, let's address the elephant in the room.
There we go. Yeah, JJ brought it up. Eric DePaz is no longer on the show.
No, he got traded.
He did get traded.
But now you're looking at your mayor of PHNX.
Congratulations, by the way, on your mayorship, buddy.
I'm no
You've
longer a
earned that.
princess.
You earned that.
I'm
You've gone from the princess
Look at the camera and
of
smile. Perfect.
princess of Sri
Angola.
Lanka, or Sri Lanka. There we go. Do we have like a ribbon cutting? No. Eric DePaz is not on the show anymore. We wish him and the Diamondbacks all the success, and it was great that we were able to come to an agreement.
A really good agreement.
At the trade deadline.
I think we robbed them.
him too. I think Shawn is definitely on the back half of his better years in terms of a podcaster, but that's just us. And we get obviously you got the mayorship, we get Burrito Express biweekly, it's just dubs all around.
Brandon Pfaadt pending the physical. That's one thing that could happen though. If Brandon Pfaadt's physical fails, this whole trade is off.
Well, I guess we should probably talk to Willie about this, huh?
Yeah, but Brandon Pfaadt's not really for ASU
Should we just
baseball.
throw? Oh, he's not.
No,
I thought
we're just gonna hang out.
we're just gonna hang out with him.
Yeah. Hey
Okay.
Brandon, have you seen my video I made? Hey Brandon.
Okay.
Look at the Diamond Mine video I made
Let's
for
talk.
you.
Let's talk the SEC and just college football in general for a little bit, because the SEC did a thing.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, they decided that they are no longer going to do a 9-game conference schedule. So this is what Brett McMurphy had tweeted earlier, and he's been kind of on this all day long. ESPN source told Action Network HQ they were, quote, not surprised that the SEC remained at 8 league games in 2024. The only schools that supported 9-game SEC schedules were Florida, Georgia, LSU, Missouri, and Texas A&M. Also Oklahoma and Texas wanted 9-game SEC schedules, but they did not have a vote. So I'm looking at Alabama as the big culprit in all of this. Before we get too deep down the rabbit hole of all these schools and what it means, just your initial thoughts to the SEC being at an 8-game league schedule.
I'm gonna quote the great Johnny Venerable. Stop playing Panera Bread University.
Panera Bread University.
Stop playing schools that our NJACCs, not actually, but stop playing bad teams. If you like, it's just they're going to steal a bunch of bids for not only the CFP but also the expanded CFP.
Yeah,
they're going to take both of the or whatever how many wildcard spots there are. Here's a fun stat from Brett McMurphy, by the way, or Scott Docherman, by the way, of Brett McMurphy, tweeted teams playing at least 10 Power 5 opponents in 2023. The Big 10, 13 of 14.
Okay.
The Big 12, 11 of 14. The Pac-12, 10 of 12. The ACC, 10 of 15. Your Southeastern Conference, 2 of 14. Only 2 SEC teams will play at least 10 Power 5 opponents. Guys, I don't know if you realize that. That sucks.
They're so soft. Look, this is my big thing with it, right? Is the SEC year after year we talk about as the powerhouse conference. And
I think those two teams are
dominate.
Florida and South Carolina.
They dominate, right? They dominate, and they're always in the college football playoff. Usually they get 2 bids in the college football playoff. Always it feels like it's Bama and Georgia. Bama not making it last year, but you figure when you get to an expansion, you are going to see potentially 3 SEC teams in the college football playoff year after year.
I'm sick of seeing headlines like undefeated Bama is back after roughhousing Citadel.
Yeah, why are we playing that game?
Yeah.
Why? Seriously.
But
what is the point of those games? And if I'm Nick Saban and I'm this program, right? And I know this is far bigger than Nick Saban, but if you want to lean into the fact that you are the conference of conferences, that there isn't a rivalry with the Big 10 or the Big 12, you truly have what it takes year after year to be the best conference, then why aren't we playing these 9-game conference schedules like they are everywhere else?
Yeah, well, it's funny too. The SEC is typically if an SEC school is matched up against the Big 10 school in the CFP, I am always taking the SEC school, and I'm usually right because they are better. They're just they're better teams.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. It seems just strange to me with you're not benefiting in terms of revenue. You're not benefiting in terms of strength of schedule. You only have things to lose here.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Literally, it does not make any sort of sense to me at all. Just taking a look at Alabama's schedule last year, they played Utah State. They won 55-0, and then they played Texas. Obviously, Texas now being a part of the SEC, and I don't even know UL Monroe, the UL Monroe Warhawks,
the University of Louisiana Monroe.
There you go.
Right? Or is it Louisville? No, it's Louisiana.
But see, you should play teams in programs that are people know, right? Especially if you are in this conference. There is no reason that if you are in Alabama that you can't be you know what? We don't need to see UL Monroe this year. Let's just throw in a game with LSU or something. Come on.
Oh, the only argument I have, the Pac-12 doesn't have the schedule where SC has to look ahead and see, oh shit, well we got a gauntlet of number 10 LSU, and these aren't the real rankings. I'm just giving.
But there's a world where
number 10
LSU,
number 5 Tennessee, number 3 Alabama, and number 1 Georgia, all in a 4-week span.
Yeah.
So I get that, but I don't know. I want to see more for us. If I'm being selfish, I want to see more Pac-12 and SEC games.
Yeah. You remember what happened week 1 last year, right?
Yeah, you're right. But that's not what I mean.
Well, yeah, you don't want to see those kinds of games.
Well, no, I just mean anybody in the SEC. Georgia's not in the SEC. Georgia's in their own conference.
Look, I've been on you're going to see LSU and Arizona State meet up in a bowl game this season, just for the storyline, just because you're going to get.
I'm going to.
What?
Nothing. Never mind.
No, say it.
No, never mind.
No, you already said
Jalen's going to get upset at me.
Jalen?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, no, let's hear it.
LSU, I think, is going to be a really good team this year.
Why would he get upset at you for that?
Because you're just stop it. I think LSU is going to be in a New Year's Six Bowl. That's my prediction. That's my bold prediction. I think they're going to be really good, and I think JD5 is going to have a really, really good year.
Yeah. JJ in the chat, loss of revenue for SEC schools with a game off the schedule. Surprises happen. So, look, this is, to my knowledge, they've already been playing these schedules. It was just a matter of would they go to 9, right? Would they go from the 8-game conference schedule to the 9-game conference schedule? And you look at the programs and the schools that were in support of a 9-game schedule, which is interesting to me, is the name Alabama not being on that list, right? Florida, Georgia, LSU, Missouri, and Texas A&M. Your heavy hitters in the conference outside of Alabama were all in favor of moving to a 9-game schedule. And you look at Oklahoma and Texas, who they didn't get a vote, like odds are they probably would have been in support of it too. I think, and this is, I could totally be stretching this, right, is I feel like the reason Alabama wasn't in support of this, and again, I know this goes far beyond Nick Saban and the football program, but like it feels like they didn't want to give teams even one more opportunity to take them down a step. That's what it felt like for me, right? Like if you are already at the top of college football, if you're already at the top of your conference, then why bother giving the rest of those teams another opportunity to knock you down? That's just what it felt like for me. I could be wrong, but that's just where I'm going with it.
Yeah, because it's, again, I've talked about this many times, but it's not like college basketball where, Doug Idra, whatever his name was, Doug from, the Peacock School.
Oh, the one in the attorney? What was the Peacock?
St. Peter's.
There you go.
It's not like Doug Errett or whatever his name.
Errett.
It's not like Doug from St. Peter's
Mustache.
who can just get hot and drop 30 and take his team to the Sweet 16 of the Elite, or however far they went. Because this is not just skill. Sometimes it's just pure size. And the beef up in the SEC is a lot more thoroughbred than the beef.
Thoroughbred? Is that the word we're going with?
Sure. Than the beef
That's not what I was going with.
in, the Citadel. I feel so bad for just bagging on the Citadel. But, like, teams like in the lower conferences, like they physically cannot compete. Like physically, they can't do it.
Even teams like in the Pac-12.
The closest thing we saw was the App State, and that's one of the greatest upsets in history. Like, and App State isn't like the Citadel. It's that much lower where nobody wants to see that.
Yeah,
nobody wants to see that game, and I feel like it's a little unfair for every team because they're almost all looking at each other with two guns like this, like a what is it called? A Wild West standoff, we'll call it. They're looking at each other like this, and they're like, "You're not going to schedule bad opponents, right? Are you going to schedule bad opponents?" And they don't know if like they want to do, and they obviously know who is going to be playing who, but they don't want to jump ship to like, okay, let's all just play. Because if they all just played the same kind of schedule, well, they all had the same strength of schedule kind of, and everybody played like X amount of teams, whatever, and you couldn't play these lower tier teams if you were a Power 5 school, then it would be fine. Then every team would be okay with it. But I feel like every team is just kind of scared of, well, if they're going to schedule Alabama A&M, then I'm going to schedule whoever.
Citadel.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely a weird cycle. I want to get into what it would look like for the Pac-12 here in a little bit. Before I do that, guys, want to tell you a little bit about Four Peaks, okay? If you're drinking and you're kicking your feet up because you're getting ready to watch the NBA Finals on Sunday, or what?
That'd be crazy.
What, if you're kicking your feet up now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Some people really like to sit in their chair all weekend long. Don't blame you guys, but if you are going to crack open a cold one this weekend, make sure it is Four Peaks. Check out at Four Peaks Brew or at Four Peaks Pub to keep up with the latest at Arizona's hometown brewery. You do got to be 21 or older to drink Four Peaks. Please drink responsibly. Shano, what is your favorite Four Peaks brew that you've been on lately?
I've had a hazy twice this week during the weeknights just to unwind, kick my feet up, so to speak. I watched about 70% of the finals game, and I was like,
it's going to be a sweep?
I don't know if it's going to be a sweep, but last night was not fun to watch.
No, it's tough. I'm on the peach ale. I feel like the peach ale doesn't get enough love.
Yeah, I feel like it gets.
The peach ale is so good.
The peach ale is like Dame Lillard.
It's so good for summer too. Like
Yeah.
peach in the summer is chef's kiss.
Absolutely.
It's like Dame Lillard. Like he's out there. Everybody knows
he's putting in work.
He's been balling, but he's just like, it's Dame. You kind of take him for granted.
Well, don't take the peach ale for granted. Don't take anything from Four Peaks for granted, guys. Again, check out at Four Peaks Brew or at Four Peaks Pub to keep up with the latest at Arizona's hometown brewery.
And don't take us for granted either, because one day one of us could just up and leave.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was a sad way to put it, but sure.
Where are we right now?
Like Earth
Yes. You're right.
Yes.
That's,
Were you thinking more
go
specific?
ahead and download the Earth app, guys. Earth, use promo code PHNX. When you download Earth, you'll get 3 free breaths on Earth. Take in Earth's oxygen with the best of them.
Wow, you're really riding this.
Earth.org.
.org.
No, we're at BetMGM. We're
There
at
it
the BetMGM
is.
Sportsbook down here at State Farm Stadium. You can still come out here, hang out with us. We got our knockout nights kicking off right after all of our shows. We're doing all of our shows live from here, starting at 7 p.m. the first Friday of every single month. We will be doing our knockout nights, our cornhole tournament. Me and Totri about to throw some bags later. We gonna get it.
Team Biggie Smalls.
Yep, Team Biggie Smalls. Plus, you get food and beverage specials, giveaways, BetMGM prizes. The prize for the winning team is elite tonight.
Is it?
Yes, it is elite. And as I said, we're going live for all of our shows. So you got bets right after this. You got TPSP at 5, and you got Cardinals at 4. I don't know why I switched those two, because that doesn't make sense, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, just come hang out. And if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use that bonus code PHNX. There's a few different offers depending on where you live. For our Arizona audience, you'll get up to $100 in bonus bets on your first wager with BetMGM. Again, just make sure you're using that bonus code PHNX. You can check out the show notes for full details. But for now, listen to me talk about the disclaimer. Disclaimer, 21 plus to wager. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in Washington, D.C., Mississippi, Nevada, New York, and Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369, New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP, Arizona. 1-800-522-4700, Kansas, Nevada. 1-800-327-5050, Massachusetts. 1-800-BETS-OFF, Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help, Michigan. Joe's got a couple of really good comments here. He says, there's no reason for the SEC to change anything, just like baseball. It's a circular deal where they are all viewed as being world beaters, and they get credit for playing each other. This is why half of the baseball hosts and SEC, or this is why half of the baseball hosts were SEC schools. The NCAA or a larger governing body will have to force them to change.
Yeah.
While I agree, I just never see that happening with all of the money they are making, not only the conference, but the NCAA.
And until something changes, like from a competition, sorry to cut you off,
No, you're
like
good.
unless something changes in terms of a competitiveness, right? Until you get year after year a Pac-12 team or a Big Ten team or a Big 12 team that is actually capable of taking down Bama, Georgia, LSU consistently, there's zero reason for change.
Yeah, you're just screaming from the bottom of a cliff while they're standing up there like this.
Yeah.
I am the best. I live in the SEC. And you're like, no, they're not. Hey, I'm Max Duggan. What's the running back for Michigan's name?
I don't know, but that was awesome. That was funny. Max Duggan, Los Angeles Charger.
Max Duggan also thinks the biggest animal he can kill with a sword is a cougar.
Max Duggan got a spanking in the college football playoff championship game.
I was at that game.
Yeah. Georgia's defense spanked him. In terms of the Pac-12, and this will be the last note on this part of the conversation, do you think, based off of what we just talked about, right, where it's going to take a team or a conference to really consistently do something to get the SEC to make a change, whether that be baseball, basketball, whatever, like would a Pac-12 schedule where they went down to 8 conference games and added an additional non-conference opponent, again, that doesn't necessarily have to be another Southern Utah. It could be a team from a different conference. Like, would that help the Pac-12, do you think?
How many games do they play in conference now?
9. So it's just a 1-game difference. But in terms of, you don't think so?
No, because
so
ASU's, or not ASU, but the Pac's average school's gap is not as big from the Citadels of the world.
Okay, but let's
than the SECs.
Let's play this game for a second. Arizona State. Okay,
Your Sun Devils.
Their non-conference games this year are Southern Utah.
Yep. Fresno State.
And Oklahoma State. Let's say that Arizona State
goes 1 of 2.
No. Let's get rid of Southern Utah.
Oh.
Yeah, we're just doing it. And let's add a team. Let's add a team like, I don't know, Indiana, for example. Or even you don't want any Purdue. Also in the state of Indiana. No? But that in terms of like your conversation of the AP top 25.
Arkansas.
Oh, let's add Arkansas.
Yes.
Love it, love it. You play Arkansas to open the
SEC
season.
school, not a great one, but a good one.
No, but you start the season and you take that game. You take Arkansas. Then you take Oklahoma State, whatever.
Then you take out Fresno State and add Rutgers.
There you
A
go.
perennial powerhouse.
Look at that. But still, it's an SEC school, and it is part of the conversation when
Rutgers
you
is
start
an
to get
SEC.
yes.
They are?
Rutgers is SEC. When you yeah,
What?
Yeah, they get beat down
I
year
did not.
after
I
year.
thought they were like Big 12
No.
in football. That's gross.
So let's say you
Oops.
get an Arkansas to open
Yeah.
the season, right? That certainly moves the needle in terms of a conversation of an AP top 25.
Yeah, but as Joe says, that ninth game is better for TV revenue.
Yeah, because the Pac-12 makes tons of that.
Well, it just in terms of getting national broadcasts, it's better than because again they're not going to schedule those teams. They're going to schedule more Southern Utahs, and
Yeah.
that's not going to get TV deals.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess you're right. It's stupid. It is what it is, I guess. Guys, something that is absolutely amazing. We do have some breaking news that I'm going to get to here in a second.
Breaking?
But before we
Like
do that.
breaking?
Like breaking. Before we do that, I want to tell you guys a little bit about Burrito Express. Guys, we talk about it every single day, and we do so because we love it, and we love for you to give it a try. They got locations all over the valley, and I'm still on the steak and salsa. Shout out Leah for changing my life on that point. She knows what she's talking about. And Burrito Express, guys, whether it's the steak and salsa or any of their options, it all goes crazy. So go check them out and then give them a follow on social at Burrito EXP.
I'm going to eat a whole bag of OGs responsibly over the course of time.
That didn't sound like you were. The way you said it was like, I'm definitely not going to do this responsibly.
I'm going to do it responsibly because that's the only way to do it. Guys, we have some bad breaking news.
We're going to get to it, though.
And if you want to cope with bad breaking news, oh, geez.
If you're a Miami Heat fan.
Yeah, they have. Well, no, it's not over yet.
It's over.
I don't think so.
It's over.
They have mixed bags. Now, the fruits and the creams. The fruits, watermelon, red apple, and peach. And for the cream bag, blackberries and cream, orange creamsicle, and peaches and cream. Pink lemonade is dropping June 21st. So check out OGs online at ogsbrands.com. And on Instagram at OG's Brands. You can also find their products at your local dispensary, but you got to be 21 years or older to purchase. Why the long face?
Why the long face? Is there a joke in here somewhere?
Are you serious?
Oh, I get it. Guys, we've got some unfortunate news as it relates to Arizona State baseball. This is per Jack Loader. Breaking: Ethan Long is in the transfer portal after 3 seasons at ASU. After a phenomenal freshman season, the injury bug bit him the last 2. Likely that Ethan just needs a change of scenery before his senior season. At least 2 years of eligibility left.
Yeah. Well, you got to hope the freshmen can keep producing with their bats, because that is a big blow to your offense.
Yeah. There are a couple other players in the portal as well. So along with Ethan Long, we've got Jared Glenn, Tyler Valdez, Dylan Fesperman, and Dylan Gardner, and then Will Rogers as well, entering the transfer portal as well. But look, this is as expected.
The bats are relatively young, too.
Yes, absolutely. And look, they're going to get guys in the transfer portal as well. This is a program that is back, at least working its way back to relevance. And we saw what they were able to accomplish after just 1 season with Willie in terms of the transfer portal, right? Getting a plethora of new pitchers. Not to say that those pitchers were phenomenal, but they were able to get players in the transfer portal, which is definitely something that you should expect this team to do. And it is an attractive place to play. You look at what Willie and this offense specifically were able to accomplish this past season. This is certainly a place that somebody with a heavy hand is definitely going to want to be. I'm just curious as to your thoughts on. Let's get into Ethan Long, and Will Rogers specifically, because those were 2, at least from my perspective, over the last couple of seasons that were on any sort of Arizona State radar. Just what do you think about those 2 guys heading in the portal right after Shawn DePaz did the same?
Yeah, they're just bag chasing. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
Ethan Long, one of those guys is bag chasing, and Shawn DePaz. Ethan Long stinks, but I, personally, from a
It
personal
stinks
level.
that he's getting in the portal. Not he stinks. I'm sorry. I just had to.
Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
sure
welcome.
everybody thought I thought he smelled.
You are smelly.
The injury bug thing and being able to hop in the portal. This is the reason for it. Is just get a change of scenery, get that monkey off your back, and hit some bombs somewhere else.
Yeah,
so I wish him the best. And as Joe says, it's a cold world, but can't miss what you didn't have. A lot of missed games.
Yeah.
For Ethan Long.
It
but
was
really good when he would play.
This reminds me of, and I don't want to use this.
Oh, no.
I don't want to use this.
You're about to be really mean.
No, I'm not, because it's such a different situation. But this feels like Marcus Bagley, right? Like, and again, very different situations. But the reason that this feels like Bagley, right, is because there were such high expectations from the start, right? Ethan Long came here. There were expectations that he was going to be a real player on this team. Same thing with Marcus Bagley. Obviously, the situation that occurred with him, far different. But because of injury, you never really got to see what Ethan Long could do, what Marcus Bagley could do in a Sun Devil uniform, and, wish them both the best. But it clearly, Tempe wasn't the spot for them to thrive.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. In terms of some good news.
Yeah, somebody who does thrive in Tempe.
Her name's Jordyn Van Hook.
JVH.
JVH.
Not to be confused with JVG, who sucks.
Okay, who's JV?
Jeff Van Gundy.
Oh, he sucks? You don't like him?
Just real quick. Jeff Van Gundy, I hate your guts.
Okay, that was...
I love Stan, though. But I hate
love
Jeff.
Stan. Are you... What?
He's a loser.
Okay.
He's not a loser. I just really don't like how he talks.
You really don't like how he talks.
Do you like him?
Stan Van Gundy?
No, Jeff Van Gundy.
They're brothers, right?
Yes.
I'm going to be honest. Which one is he?
Jeff is the skinny little...
Oh, you don't like that one?
No. The
You
one,
don't,
the bald
Stan
one?
used to be the coach,
Yeah,
right?
I think they both...
I don't know.
Never mind. You don't have a strong opinion as much as I do.
No, you always have strong opinions, though.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I have
You're very opinionated.
opinionative?
Yeah.
Opinion.
No, it's not opinionative. Opinionated.
You're right.
I know I'm right. Dino Speller, man. Yeah. No, that's shit, man. I didn't even dab you up today. That was fucking...
Hey, if you don't know what he's talking about, go listen or watch. That was yesterday's
this guy
episode.
right here, he's got something.
I'm Dino Man.
You're Dino Man. So we had a tweet from Al Van Hook this morning, who, if you don't know, is the father of Jordyn Van Hook. He tweeted out a photo of Jordyn after a dinger, said, "One last dance. Let's get it, Jordyn Van Hook."
Love it.
Can assume that Jordyn Van Hook will be returning.
What if she wasn't? She's
That would
like,
be
what
tragic.
the hell?
One final season at Arizona State. Obviously, the softball program wasn't too great last season off the heels of, a really strong year with Trisha Ford. But what does it mean to be able to keep a player like Jordyn Van Hook for at least one more season?
This softball team needed some really good news. Like, just after a really tough year, your star breakout performer, Jordyn Van Hook, who was just awesome, as you said, led the conference in home runs with, 19?
18.
18. And losing a leader like Jazz, Jordyn can step into that role. And I'm excited for next year. I'm very excited for next year. This is another team that's pretty young, so hopefully they can retain some pieces, get some pieces in the portal, and go from there. But, I mean, this is not only probably your most consistent, best player, but also your most fun, exciting player.
Yeah. Something that I think didn't get talked enough about Jordyn Van Hook is the fact that, Sid Sanders, after not last season but the year before, was really the face of this program.
As a freshman.
As a freshman, which is crazy.
God,
she was a Pac-12 freshman of the year.
Really good.
She is. And she, set the tone for what it meant to play first base at ASU softball. She was a true two-way player. And obviously you could talk a lot about what Jordyn Van Hook did offensively, right? But to start 40 games at first base after not starting any the year before because a freshman took that spot, like, from a confidence perspective, to just lean into that, right? Like, to be the person saying, you know what, Sid's gone, but, like, this is my team now. This is my role. And
absolutely.
she did that, like, flawlessly almost.
For sure.
It's going to be fun to see Jordyn Van Hook one final season. Obviously, you're not getting Yanira Acuna back, which is, she's also, you want to talk about a staple of this program.
Yeah.
She's the face of consistency for Arizona State softball. So it's certainly going to be a miss there. Guys, but if you're ever in Tempe, checking out an ASU softball game, an ASU baseball game, an ASU basketball game, or if you just find yourself
Hanging
Wandering
out.
Mill.
Yeah.
Wandering Mill, if
Happens
you will.
sometimes.
Wandering Mill? Great band name?
No.
mid-band name? The $3 margs all day, every Monday. Nothing brightens up that Monday mood more than soaking up the sun with a few margs. And don't forget about Taco Tuesdays. $2 tacos all day, every Tuesday. Enjoy your favorite chicken, pork, and veggie tacos for just $2. So swing by and start your week off the right way at Illegal Pete's.
Your go-to spot for
Margs,
chains
tacos,
and
chains.
toe trees.
Oh, okay. That's 4 things.
And yeah. You stole my. Yeah.
Sorry.
Foco.
Did you just?
Yeah, that's their jingle now. If you want some officially licensed gear for all sports and fandoms, it's spring and baseball season, so they got a bunch of good stuff, including Aloha shirts, straw hats, polos, bags, everything you need for a game. Plus
For a little baseball game?
Yep. Plus they decorated our sets back at our studio. So they just gave us some awesome stuff. So Foco always has our back fairs on sports, and they have yours too. Get the best gear around by visiting www.foco.com. www.foco.com.
Boom.
And use code PHNX for all non-presale items. Use the promo code PHNX for 10% off.
All right. It's Friday. We've talked about Arizona State softball, baseball, and football, and the SEC.
Yeah, some cold, some hot.
Yeah. Now let's get into hot or not, if you will.
I will.
And for the first time in the program's history, we're doing hot or not without Eric
You
DePaz.
don't need to say.
No, I'm just. Sean, fuck you.
I'll tell you who's not hot this week.
Yeah.
It's Shawn.
Let him know.
All right, and the person who I don't even remember who I made hot last week, to be honest.
Did we? I wasn't here Friday last week.
We didn't do hot or not.
Oh right, okay. So the person who's hot.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Deef. Let it be Daddy Deef. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes.
Dr. Diefenbach is hot.
Talk to me.
The PH Deef, if you will. Will you?
Talk to me.
What? Wait. Okay. Well, let's talk.
Why have you said "if you will" so many times today?
Have I said that?
Yeah, you said it like 5 times.
I feel like I have not said if you will. I feel like I just said
You-
that one time.
No, you just did it, and earlier in the show I said I will, and then I said I will not, and then you said let's get the hot or not if you will, and I said I will, and then just now you said if you will. You said it 3 times.
Hot or not, saying if I will. All right, are you guys ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All right, first topic: hot or not, cooking shows.
Ooh.
So hot.
What kind of cooking show? All of them?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, so
Do baking shows count?
yes, absolutely,
Sure.
absolutely.
Yes, then so
They're hot as hell. I really fuck with the cooking competition shows.
Chopped.
All of them. All of them.
Hell's Kitchen was
was elite.
it still
Chopped.
is.
It
is
was
electric.
elite, dude.
Guys, grocery games.
Oh my
goes
gosh.
underrated. Goes crazy.
What's the one where they just give them a basket of random ass ingredients? Was that Chopped? Yeah, they give them. They just give them a bunch of random ingredients, and they're like, cook
if you
this
haven't
shit.
checked it out, watch Nailed It on Netflix. They give them like this really elaborate cake or cupcake you have to make, and it's just people who aren't professional bakers at all. They're terrible.
That's awesome.
It's so fun. And then
Gosh.
just put it on the background, take an OGs, walk around your house.
I like that, but I
Watch
will
it.
say I don't really like the cooking shows like the Rachel Ray cooking show that she used to do. I don't know if she still does
I
it.
don't even know what you're talking
It's like a
about.
daytime TV cooking show, and it was awful.
I prefer like the competitions
Yeah.
rather than just them telling you
How to cook something?
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm like, that's a YouTube video. I don't need
Yeah.
you telling me.
Yeah. That's
Like,
don't need
like
TV
in
space
Chopped,
for that.
like in Chopped, when
BY.
they're running to the ice cream maker with
Yeah.
only 20 minutes left, you're like, you're making a huge
Oh,
mistake.
also,
Everybody knows but you.
Junior Iron Chef,
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Iron Chef in general goes crazy.
Junior Iron Chef is so funny.
Master Chef
Yep.
and Master
All of
Chef
it, all of it.
Junior?
I will
is that
say-
what it is?
Man versus
Master
Food.
I
Chef?
think so.
Man versus Food. Also a great show.
I get sick watching it.
Oh,
There's
I
nothing
love
funnier
those
than watching
shows.
a kid cry because he can't make like a souffle.
I think that's pretty fucked up.
It's Junior Master Chef.
Oh, I was talking about Man vs. Food. I thought you were just like, yeah, there's nothing funnier than watching a random kid.
Yeah, I was talking about Junior Master Chef.
Okay.
Dog. Don't say cat.
Bird.
Next hot or not topic.
All right, next topic, and shout out Charles, who's here at BetMGM.
Charles.
Because I ran up to him before the show. I was like, I need ideas. So he DM'd me a bunch, and
I need ideas.
this is courtesy of him. So, hot or not, comic book conventions like
Comic
Comic-Con
book
or like
convention.
Do you
Like-
think?
not like conventions like
Do you
that.
think? I
comic
love dressing
conventions.
up. I love themes. I'm a slut for themes. Do you think they're hot?
What?
I'm a slut for themes.
You're a theme slut?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, this is tough. I'm really split on this one.
Yeah.
Because I really fuck with the, like, all of the content of those things. I don't know if I am going to say hot for, like, Comic-Con or just, like, the conventions in general, because I think the traffic that it brings to these cities is fucking awful. And I would never go personally, not because, like, I'm hating on it. I just don't. It's not something that I want to do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say not hot. Although I do think it's cool as fuck that these people, like, dress up in these super elaborate costumes and go to this thing. I
Yeah.
just wouldn't do it.
My only ask is don't force it on me.
Yeah?
Like,
Just be like, hey, man, I'm going to Comic-Con. Coming?
Well, no, not like that. I mean, more so like you're walking down the street and, like, Naruto is passing by and Naruto runs past you like, dog.
Is that forcing it on you?
Yeah, because it's impacting me and I'm just trying to get coffee.
But
I just got cut
did he knock you
cut
over?
off by Sasuke. I'm like, dog,
Don't
do that.
do that.
I'm
Okay.
gonna give you 10,000 years of death.
Whoa.
Shout out, Naruto.
Okay. There we
Death
go.
or pain.
Yeah, I'm saying not hot on that.
I'm gonna say hot.
All right, final topic. Hot or not, playoff beards.
Oh, so hot,
Ooh.
so hot.
Yeah.
You know what else is unbelievably hot? The fact that you can.
Vacation beards.
Okay, the fact that you can do that in NHL, the video game, you can, like,
Really?
if you're creating a player, you can do their beard length normally, and then their beard length for the playoffs. And so, like, all of a sudden when it gets playoffs, they'll have a longer beard or a longer mustache, or, like, they wouldn't have a beard before and now they do. It's awesome. It's such a great feature. Playoff beards are so hot. I love it.
Why are they so hot?
I don't know. I just love things that distinguish, that are specific to a certain time that you wear. You wear mustaches. You wear beards.
No, you don't. You don't wear. No, you're not wearing a mustache.
I'm wearing
you have a mustache.
I'm wearing my hair.
No, you're not. You have hair.
I'm wearing my hair.
That's not how that goes. You're wearing a hat.
You're accessorizing with a mustache.
Playoff beards are hot. I think.
You're not hot.
Huh?
You're not hot.
That's just crazy. I'm not as hot as you, but it is certainly hot. I'm with you though. Anytime you can make that, like, just super random distinction between regular season and postseason, like even the 0 Dark 30 thing that Braun does in the playoffs and that some players have done, I think it's
Different cleats, different
Yeah,
shoes,
absolutely.
different socks.
it gets you hyped as a fan for no
Yeah.
reason.
I love the tint of gold that they have for the NBA Finals, like subtle tints of gold in anything. Like if you have a little tint of gold in your shoes, the patch, whatever it is, awesome. Love it. Love
Chef's
it
kiss.
so much.
Chef's kiss.
Love it so much. Also, I know it is
Whoa.
2023, the year of our Lord. Why don't we have the Larry O'Brien on the court anymore? I know it was because, it was making players slip. As I said, 2023. Figure it out. Like, get anti-slip paint for the hardwood. It doesn't make any sense why the Larry O'Brien is not on the court. You remember when they used to do that?
Yeah.
That shit was awesome.
It was.
It was so cool.
You've been on rants lately.
Also, bring back the final scoreboard. What is this little tiny bug? The full bottom final scoreboard was awesome. It had a gold tint. The logos were gold. You remember the Suns logo that was gold? Come on. What? Siri, stop it.
Well, you're yelling.
Yeah.
She probably thinks you're yelling at her. Apologize. Whoa.
Let's turn my watch off.
Okay, well, hit your wrist, I guess.
Bring
Guys,
it back.
Bring what back?
Bring back the scoreboard and the Larry O'Brien on the court.
Okay, I'll do my best, buddy. I'll call Silver. We'll make it happen.
Gerald.
Guys, if you enjoyed the content, give us a follow at PHNX Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Tocher. You can follow Shane at Shane Deef.
Just
begging for the Larry O'Brien trophy to be back on the court.
Just screaming, as always.
Just screaming, as always. Guys, wow, that was phenomenal. We'll see you Monday at 2 p.m., but stay locked in because we got plenty more shows. We've got bets coming up.
There are so many birds outside right now.
Bets.
Have you ever seen the movie Birds?
On that note, guys, just stay locked in. We'll see you Monday. Peace.